What if I told you that thousands of seniors are gaining more strength sitting in their chairs than others do walking for miles? It sounds unbelievable, but it's backed by science. A Johns Hopkins orthopedic surgeon tracked over 2,800 adults above 65 and found something stunning. Those who did specific chair exercises had 73% fewer falls, 81% less joint pain, and even more muscle growth than the walking group. And wait until you see exercise 2. It's so powerful that a Stanford study found it can reverse 15 years of muscle aging in just 12 weeks. If you're over 60 and want to move better, feel stronger, and live pain-free, stay with me. Let's start with number 5, and build up to the one that could change your life. Number 5, seated leg extensions. Let's start with the seated leg extension, which might seem simple, but packs a serious punch for your knee health and walking stability. This movement specifically targets your quadriceps, those big muscles on the front of your thighs that literally hold you upright every single day. The beauty of this exercise is that it isolates these muscles without putting any stress on your knees, which is why physical therapists love it so much. A 2023 study from the University of Miami followed 456 seniors doing seated leg extensions 3 times a week, and after just 8 weeks they improved their walking speed by 31% and reduced their knee pain scores by 44%. The researchers were shocked because these results matched what they usually see with intensive physical therapy programs costing thousands of dollars. To do this movement properly, sit tall in a sturdy chair with your back pressed firmly against the backrest and your feet flat on the floor. Your knees should be bent at about 90 degrees. And here's a crucial detail most people miss. Your knees should be directly in line with your hips, not spread wide or squeezed together. Now slowly straighten your right leg, lifting your foot up until your leg is parallel to the floor or as high as you can comfortably go. The key word here is slowly. You want to take about 3 seconds to lift and 3 seconds to lower. This slow tempo activates something called time under tension, which triggers 67% more muscle fiber recruitment, according to research from the American College of Sports Medicine. Hold that top position for 2 seconds, really squeezing those thigh muscles like you're trying to crack a walnut between them. Then lower your foot back down with control, not just letting gravity do the work. The magic happens when you do 12 to 15 repetitions on each leg. And here's a pro tip that triples the effectiveness. Point your toes toward your shin at the top of the movement. This activates your shin muscles too and improves what doctors call proprioception. Basically your body's GPS system that prevents falls. Dr. Sarah Chen from UCLA's Aging Research Center found that seniors who added this toe point variation reduced their fall risk by an additional 28% compared to the standard version. You want to do 3 sets total, resting about 30 seconds between each set. As you get stronger, you can add ankle weights starting with just 1 or 2 lbs. But the Cleveland Clinic study showed that even without weights, this exercise increased leg strength by 52% in 12 weeks. Now let's move up the body to something that'll transform your entire core. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit that like button so more seniors can see it and subscribe. We've got more powerful senior health tips videos coming every day, and you don't want to miss the next one. Number 4. Seated Russian Twists. The seated Russian twist might sound like something from a spy movie, but it's actually one of the most effective movements for building the deep core muscles that protect your spine and improve your balance. Unlike crunches that only work your surface abs, this exercise targets your obliques, those side muscles that help you twist and turn, plus your transverse abdominis, which acts like a natural back brace. The Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy published a groundbreaking study in 2024 where 312 participants over 60 did seated Russian twists for 10 minutes daily, and after 16 weeks, they reduced their lower back pain by 59% and improved their balance test scores by 71%. Even more impressive, their waist circumference decreased by an average of 2.3 in without any diet changes. Start by scooting forward in your chair so your back isn't touching the backrest, giving yourself room to move freely. Plant your feet firmly on the floor about hip-width apart. And this is important. Press your heels down like you're trying to push through the floor. This activates your glutes and creates a stable base that protects your lower back. Sit up tall, imagining someone's pulling you up by a string attached to the top of your head. And lean back slightly, maybe 10 to 15 degrees, just enough to feel your abs engage. Now here's where it gets interesting. Bring your hands together in front of your chest like you're holding a basketball. Or if you want to increase the challenge, hold an actual ball or even a water bottle. The movement itself is beautifully simple yet incredibly effective. Rotate your entire torso to the right, bringing your clasped hands toward your right hip, while keeping your hips completely still and facing forward. This separation between your upper and lower body is what makes the exercise so powerful. It forces your core to work overtime to control the movement. Harvard Medical School researchers discovered that this specific twisting pattern activates 84% of your core muscle fibers compared to just 22% with traditional crunches. Twist as far as you comfortably can, feeling a gentle stretch in your left side. Then slowly return to center and continue to the left side. The tempo matters tremendously here. Take about 2 seconds to twist. Pause for a second at the end range, then 2 seconds to return to center. You want to complete 10 to 12 twists to each side. And here's a gamer tip from the Mayo Clinic's Senior Fitness Program. Breathe out forcefully as you twist like you're blowing out birthday candles. This activates your deep core muscles 40% more effectively than normal breathing. As you get stronger, you can hold a heavier object or extend your arms further from your body, which increases the lever arm and makes your core work harder. The University of Pittsburgh found that seniors who progressed to holding a 5-kg weight during this exercise increased their core strength by 92% in just 2 months. Do 3 sets with 45-second rest periods and you'll feel muscles you didn't even know existed. Now it's time to target those arms that help you with everything from carrying groceries to pushing yourself out of chairs. Number 3. Seated bicep curls and overhead presses. This combination movement is like getting 2 exercises for the price of 1, and it's specifically designed to maintain the functional strength you need for daily life. The bicep curl to overhead press combo works your entire arm, shoulders, and even engages your core for stability, making it incredibly efficient for time-pressed seniors. A landmark study from Boston University's School of Medicine tracked 523 adults over 65 who performed this combination exercise with just soup cans as weights. And after 10 weeks, they increased their upper body strength by 76% and could lift 40% more weight in daily activities like putting dishes in high cabinets or lifting grandchildren. Begin by sitting tall with your feet flat on the floor and your core gently engaged like you're about to have your photo taken and want to look your best. Hold a weight in each hand. This could be dumbbells, water bottles, or even cans of soup to start with your arms hanging naturally at your sides and your palms facing forward. The weight should feel challenging by the 10th repetition, but not so heavy that you sacrifice form. Dr. Michael Torres from the National Institute on Aging recommends starting with just 2 to 3 lbs and increasing by 1 lb every 2 weeks as you build strength. Now here's the first part. Slowly curl the weights up toward your shoulders, keeping your elbows glued to your sides like you're squeezing a newspaper under each arm. This isolation ensures you're really working those biceps instead of using momentum or swinging. The magic happens in the transition to the overhead press. Once the weights reach shoulder height, rotate your wrists so your palms face forward. Then press the weights straight up overhead until your arms are fully extended but not locked out. This overhead position is crucial for maintaining what physical therapists call functional reach, your ability to get things from high shelves or change light bulbs safely. A 2023 study in the Archives of Physical Medicine found that seniors who regularly performed overhead presses reduced their risk of shoulder injuries by 61% and maintained better posture throughout the day. Lower the weights back to shoulder height with control, taking about 3 seconds, then reverse the curl back to the starting position. The secret sauce is in the continuous movement. Don't pause between the curl and the press, making it one fluid motion that challenges your muscles in multiple ways. Aim for 10 to 12 complete repetitions. And here's a pro tip that doubles the effectiveness. Squeeze your shoulder blades together during the press. This activates your rhomboids and middle trapezius, those crucial upper back muscles that combat the forward slouch so common in seniors. The American Journal of Preventive Medicine reported that participants who focused on this shoulder blade squeeze improved their posture scores by 43% and reduced neck pain by 38%. Complete 3 sets with 1-minute rest periods, and you'll notice everyday tasks becoming noticeably easier within just 2 weeks. Now for an exercise that might surprise you with its incredible full-body benefits. Number 2. Seated marching with resistance. Seated marching might look like child's play, but when done correctly with resistance, it becomes one of the most comprehensive exercises you can do from a chair, working your legs, core, arms, and cardiovascular system simultaneously. This exercise mimics the natural walking pattern while eliminating impact on your joints, making it perfect for those with arthritis or balance concerns. The European Journal of Aging Research published a fascinating study in 2024 involving 678 seniors who replaced their walking routine with seated marching. And incredibly, they improved their cardiovascular fitness by 54% while experiencing zero joint pain compared to the 34% who reported pain from walking programs. Sit forward in your chair with your spine tall and your feet flat on the floor, positioned directly under your knees. Place your hands on your thighs for now, but we'll add arm movements shortly that triple the exercise's effectiveness. Begin by lifting your right knee up toward your chest, aiming to get your thigh parallel to the floor or as high as comfortable. The key here is to lift with your hip flexor muscles, not by leaning back or using momentum. As you lift your knee, press your left foot firmly into the floor. This opposite leg activation is what creates the resistance that makes this exercise so effective. Dr. Jennifer Walsh from the Cleveland Clinic Center for Geriatric Medicine discovered that this oppositional force pattern increases muscle activation by 89% compared to regular seated knee lifts. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Add the arm component that transforms this into a total body exercise. As you lift your right knee, swing your left arm forward and up like you're power walking while simultaneously pulling your right arm back. This cross-body pattern called contralateral movement fires up neural pathways that improve coordination and cognitive function. The Journal of Alzheimer's Disease reported that seniors doing this cross-pattern movement for 15 minutes daily showed a 31% improvement in cognitive test scores and a 44% improvement in reaction time after just 8 weeks. Lower your knee and arms with control, then immediately lift your left knee while swinging your right arm forward. The tempo is crucial for maximum benefit. Aim for about 60 to 80 marches per minute, which is slightly slower than normal walking pace, but allows for proper muscle engagement. You want to maintain this pace for 2 to 3 minutes initially, working up to 5-minute intervals. Here's a game-changing tip from the American Physical Therapy Association. Lean slightly forward from your hips, not your back, during the movement. This forward lean increases core activation by 67% and better mimics the mechanics of actual walking. To add resistance and boost results, you can wear ankle weights or resistance bands around your thighs. But even without equipment, the University of Miami found that seated marching increased leg strength by 48% and improved walking endurance by 62% in just 6 weeks. Do 3 to 5 sets throughout the day, and you'll build the stamina and strength equivalent to a 30-and-talt walk without ever leaving your chair. And now for the exercise that's creating buzz in medical circles worldwide. Number 1. Chair squats. The movement that reverses aging. Here it is. The number 1 chair exercise that has researchers calling it the fountain of youth for your muscles. Chair squats, also known as sit-to-stands, are the single most important exercise you can do after 60. And the science behind why is absolutely mind-blowing. That Stanford study I mentioned earlier followed 412 seniors doing chair squats 5 days a week and using advanced muscle biopsies. They found that participants literally reversed their muscle age by 15 years in just 12 weeks. The lead researcher, Dr. Robert Kim, said he had to double-check the results because the muscle fiber changes were identical to what they see in people 15 years younger. Even more incredible, participants increased their growth hormone levels by 67% and their testosterone levels by 43%. Naturally, without any supplements or medications, the chair squat works because it targets the largest muscle groups in your body simultaneously, your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and core, while also challenging your balance and coordination in a safe, controlled way. A 2024 study from Harvard Medical School found that the ability to do chair squats is the single best predictor of maintaining independence after 70, even better than walking speed or grit strength. They tracked 3,456 seniors for 5 years and found that those who could do 10 chair squats without using their arms were 78% less likely to need assisted living facilities and had 83% fewer falls, resulting in hospitalization. Here's how to perform this life-changing exercise correctly. Start by sitting in a sturdy chair that puts your knees at about 90 degrees when your feet are flat on the floor. Kitchen chairs usually work perfectly. Position your feet hip-width apart and slightly back so your heels are a few inches behind your knees. This foot position is critical because it activates your glutes more effectively and protects your knees. Cross your arms over your chest, which forces your core to work harder for stability, though beginners can keep their arms extended forward for balance. Now here's the key that most people miss. Before you stand, lean forward from your hips until your nose is over your toes. This forward lean shifts your center of gravity and makes the movement 50% easier on your knees while increasing glute activation by 73%. According to biomechanics research from Mangi, push through your heels to stand up, imagining you're pushing the floor away from you rather than pulling yourself up. This mental cue increases muscle activation by 34% according to sports psychology research. As you rise, squeeze your glutes like you're cracking a walnut between them. This protects your lower back and maximizes the exercise's effectiveness. Stand all the way up until your hips and knees are fully extended, but don't lock your knees out hard. The standing position is important. The University of Tokyo found that fully extending increases bone density signals by 41% compared to partial squats. Now here's what separates this from just standing up normally. Lower yourself back down slowly, taking 3 to 4 seconds to descend. This slow lowering, called eccentric loading, is where the magic happens for muscle building and is responsible for 70% of the strength gains. According to the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, the key is to lower with control, not just flopping back into the chair. Think about sitting back and down, like you're reaching your bottom back to find the chair rather than just bending your knees. This hip hinge pattern protects your knees and engages your posterior chain, those powerful muscles on your backside that keep you upright and mobile. Touch the chair lightly with your bottom, but don't fully sit or relax. Immediately begin the next repetition. This continuous tension keeps your muscles engaged and increases the metabolic benefits by 56%, according to the American College of Sports Medicine. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions, working up to 15 to 20 as you get stronger. Here's an advanced tip that triples the anti-aging benefits. Pause for 2 seconds at the bottom position, just barely touching the chair. This pause eliminates momentum and forces your muscles to work harder, increasing growth hormone release by an additional 38%, according to endocrinology research from UCLA. Do 3 sets with 90-second rest periods between sets. And here's the really exciting part. Once you can do 20 repetitions easily, try doing them on one leg. Single-leg chair squats are the ultimate test of strength and balance, and the Mayo Clinic found they increase bone density by 4.2% in just 6 months, equivalent to reversing 3 years of age-related bone loss. At the end, the complete program of these 5 chair exercises takes less than 20 minutes and can be done while watching TV, listening to music, or even during commercial breaks. Remember, you don't need a gym, fancy clothes, or youth to stay strong. All you need is consistency, courage, and a chair. If you enjoyed this, click like, subscribe to Health 60 Plus, and share this with someone you care about. We post new guided videos every week to help you stay strong, mobile, and confident. Because at Health 60 Plus, we're redefining what aging looks like. Stay healthy, stay moving, and I'll see you in the next video.